Welcome again to this tutorial. And now we will now have a, a basic understanding on how to give partition to our screen. So let's now continue our application for student info. So first, let's make here, let's put here a, let's put an input text. So we will put text input. Okay. So we will put here inside our view 1, let's put a text input. Text input. Okay. And let's remove this. And inside our text input, we can put a self-closing tags. Let's remove this one. And then inside this, let's put a placeholder. And insert text here. Okay. So let's save this one. And then let's see. Yeah. As you can see, we can have, or we have now, our text input. Then our goal is to have a button here. Okay. So let's put a button. Again. Button. Again, this button is a self-closing tags button. So let's remove this. Inside this, let's put the title. We'll call this add. Save. And then let's see. Okay. So now, after doing that, let's have a style for our text input. So here, we can now get rid or add first another style here. Let's call this input text. Okay. Don't forget the comma. And inside this input text, we will now have another command for our flex. So we have flex direction. For the direction, we have here the flex style or flex direction for row and column, or row reverse and column reverse. So when we say column, we are pertaining to horizontal, and row for vertical. So our direction, let's put direction here, and let's put a row. Okay. And then let's justify content. Let's put justify content. What is justify content? So as you can see, justify content is the flex start or flex end, center, or we have the space between or space around. So let's try to apply the space between. Okay. And then input container or input, let's call this input container. Sorry. Yeah. And then for our next one is the text input. So let's call this text input. Don't forget the comma. And our text input here is, let's put a border width, One. And then let's put a border color, and you can copy, by the way, this code for gray color. So we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 6, and also we have a width of 90%. Okay. Sorry, let's put this 90% into a single quotation. Yeah. Okay. So for the text input, let's put the style equals styles dot text input. Okay, save. So as you can see, let's try to see it. As you can see, this is our text. Now the problem here is the add button. So let's try to put let's put also in our text input a margin right 8 pixels, and also a padding 8. Okay. For the input container, let's put here align center or align items. So let's put center, and then let's have a margin. Let's copy this input container for our view that holding our input and the button. So let's try this. So as you can see, we have now this display. So we have here the insert text, our input text or text input, and our button. So automatically, because we put here the 90% of the width for our text input here in our text input, automatically the button is placed or shrink, decrease the size, no, according to the space. Okay, so now let's clean our code. So let's remove this view 1 and view 2. Let's remove this now. Okay, and then let's change this. Let's put here an output container. Okay, so the output container will be this one, this container number 2 we have. So input container, output container, we'll put here, save, and this output container also have our flex. Let's put a flex first here, 5. And as you can see, let's try this. Yes, we have our insert text here, and then we have the container. Okay, so for the input container, let's add some margin bottom here. so that we can have the space between the container 2 and this container 1. So let's put a margin. Our margin is margin bottom. Okay, let's put a 24. And let's also have a border bottom. Let's have border bottom width 1, and border bottom color, this one, the same color to this. So let's copy. Okay, save. And then let's view. As you can see, we have this clean the text input. Let's change this to 70%. Let's also put here a flex 1. And then as you can see, we have this border bottom width 1, and then border bottom color na gray. So input text here, and then for now the container 2, let's put student list here. Okay, so we will put a student list here later on. Okay, so for now I will end now this video and see you on the next tutorial.